Welcome back to the channel, Classic Volkswagen Lovers. This is Junior with Classic VW Bucks. Welcome back to 2021. In this video, we're going to finally complete the installation of the cluster pedal. We're going to assemble it together. As possible, I'd like to repair some of the OEM parts. In this case here, I took an easy route out, and I'm going to be replacing some of the parts that are a little worn out. If you remember in one of the videos, I said I was going to fill this hook right here, the clutch hook shaft, with some welding. I still will do that, but I'll save it as a spare part. Instead, I'm going to use a brand new part. It's a replacement part. I got some feedback that it's kind of like a good replacement part. So it has some good reviews, so I'm gonna give it a chance. Also, I'm gonna be replacing the accelerator pedal plate. Mine is still usable. I can go ahead and weld a little crack there. It's right there where the little cutter pin goes through to hold it in place. But again, I'm gonna replace it for a new one. I'll probably repair that one and save it for later. But right now, all I want to do is get the car moving. I want to get the car going, and I'm hoping that for this 2021, our Columbus Volkswagen Fest takes place, and I can drive my car to the fest. So that being said, I'm going to be unpacking some of the parts that I am going to be replacing, and then I'll proceed to assemble the cluster pedal. Notice how that hook right there, it's all complete. It's not worn out. This is the old one, so we're replacing that. So I'm gonna put this in the back and put it aside. Also, another thing that we're going to replace here is the clutch and brake pedal stop, which is this little one right here. It looks like this. This one is also reusable. This one, there's no issue with that one. I can still use that one. But since we're adding some new parts, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with that one. And the other thing that I am going to be replacing, it's the brake pedal return spring right here. It's that one right there. So that we're going to be replacing as well. It's the accelerator cable lever. And for that, I will have to remove this pin from here. I will have to punch it out and replace it so that I can install it there. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if you take a closer look to this pedal right here, you can see that it is slightly twisted. But we are also replacing, not only that, but also I purchased this repair kit for the accelerator where we're gonna be replacing this little plastic roller right here. And we're replacing the whole assembly for that piece. This here is the retraction spring for the accelerator. So we're going to replace that, and we're going to be using a new cutter pin for here, and we have the washer and the little C-clamp ring for that, so we're going to be doing that. And here is the new replacement accelerator pedal. We're going to get this out. Do a comparison side by side. The OEM has some kind of overlap here with this piece, and this is just a one piece. I'm going to remove this pin and replace this piece here. Replace this here. I'm going to use a punch. I'm going to punch it right here, and this is going to come out this way. Okay, so that's out. So we take this out. In the same manner we take this out, we're going to install the other one, which is this one right here. Okay, so we put that there. We take our pin and slide it in, just like that. Now I just noticed something. This pin here, the head, it's slightly bigger than the original one. I'm going to reuse the old pin. Just like so. And that's done. So now we check for play, we check for alignment, and it seems like everything looks good. We're good to go. Let's install the roller. Check for clearance, spin it, make sure that it spins freely. Grab your washer, install your washer, and now you're ready to install your spring C-clip to hold it in place and make sure that the roller won't come out. Done. That part's complete. Remember, punch this out, replace that, punch it back in, new roller, new C-clamp, washer, you're good to go. That part's complete. Okay, so the accelerator lever, it's installed. We're gonna put this aside for now. We're gonna take our brake pedal and we're gonna take our spring here and slide it over here. There is a groove right here that we wanna make sure that this little hook right here seats on and it's properly seated. Just like so. Now we're going to take our brake pedal here and we're going to grease the inner diameter of the pedal. I'm actually going to use anti-seize. Grab your brake pedal mount receiver and slide the brake pedal, ensuring that it goes all the way in and it makes a tight fit connection, just like so. Now it's time to install the C-clip clamp to secure in place. Install it to make sure that it won't slide out. So we're going to grab this here. Open our ring clamp here. So she is in there. Okay, so this part's now complete and we got our pieces together. Next, I'm going to take the clutch shaft and I'm going to make sure that it goes in fine. It does, and then now I'm just going to lubricate it a little bit. I'm going to slip it in here, and then we'll take our clutch pedal and align it with the crush hole. We'll put it together. Once we align it with the crush hole, we'll take our crush pin and punch it in, and that's done. That should be enough. We're going to slit this through here. And now we're going to align our clutch pedal with the crush hole. And just to give you an idea, I'm going to use this pin that actually goes with the accelerator pedal to show you the alignment.
I'm going to use the accelerator pin to show you the crush hole alignment. And then I'm going to use a centric center punch to align the crush hole to the clutch pedal hole so that when I press the crush hole pin, it will go in with ease.
And now I'm going to get my crush pin here and slit it in. I think I remembered the last time that I actually got this out, I punched it from this side out that way. So I'm going to do the same thing and punch it from this side here in. Get it lined up here. I'm actually working over my pool table right now, and I don't really want to hammer this or punch this over my pool table, so I'm going to go and sit over there and do it, and then I'll come back here.
The crush pin is now installed, and you can see it's in, and now the two pieces are assembled together. So now we're done with this part here.
Okay, so the next step is to install the accelerator plate. So we need to make sure that we install the spring before we proceed to install the plate and the base. The base will receive this plate here in this position right here. Now we got this pin here that is going to slit through these two holes here, through here and here. And what we're going to do is we're going to get it started to the point that it will go through the first loophole here. So you get it started,
you make sure it goes through the first hole, and then when you're about to get to that position right there, then you want to make sure you slip the spring into it. That's the retraction spring to make sure that the pedal does not stay pressed. So basically what it does, it retracts the pedal up this way. So we get it started. You want to make sure it's pretty well aligned, and then you want to get that pin started. So now when we are about there, you can see that I just got this far. Now I'm going to make sure that I slip my spring over that pin. And you want to make sure that this little piece here is sticking out that way. So slide it in just like so. Okay, I'm gonna have to push this down a little bit out that way because I went out too far. So we get it in. You don't have to worry about getting it into the clip right away. Just make sure you slide it through. Yeah, and then this here now, you can see this spring here actually rests right here, like so. Okay, so let's make sure we do this. In. That went in too far. Yes, it did. Now we just right there.
Good. Very good. Okay. Let's get a closer look at this.
Okay, let me give you a closer look. So you want to make sure that the spring is properly aligned here and about halfway, about in the center of your pedal. And then you want to take this a small tap right here, which is pretty flexible. And once you have your retraction spring aligned with the center, you want to slightly bend it, sort of like to make a U shape here. See how that's like a U shape? And basically your hint to know that you did it right is gonna be to actually look over here, and this is literally almost bent to the same height of the surface where your foot rests when you're pressing the pedal. Okay, so keep that in mind. That right there now completes our cluster pedal assembly. This guy now is ready to be installed in the car, but that's another video. So,
okay, so the cluster pedal has been put together. New parts have been replaced. It's all refurbished. It's pretty nice and neat, recoated. And now it's time to install it. But that's going to be another video. To be honest with you, that's one of my least favorite parts when working in a Volkswagen, to install the cluster pedal and make sure that my clutch cable does not disengage the clutch lever here in the front of the cluster pedal. It's a tedious job, I'm not gonna lie to you. You have to have a lot of patience. When the time comes and I'm ready to install this here, I will make sure that I record as much as possible to share it with you and go all the way in the process showing you how it's done. But again, it's a tedious job, not impossible, but it can be done. I've had my experience to where I've installed them before and I think everything is ready to go, and when I'm about to adjust the wing nut in the transmission lever, I come to find that it has disengaged from this lever here, and that requires for you to again remove this cluster pedal back from its position to make sure that it is properly engaged. A lot of people like to do modifications to their carts. I've known a few people that have gone into the tunnel from the passenger side and cut an opening, a hole, to make it easier for them. Does it work? Yes. Does it maybe compromise the integrity of the tunnel? Perhaps. I am not the one to say that that's the issue. You do what's right for you, but me, I like to do it the old way, and as possible, I do not want to cut a hole in my tunnel to make it easy for me to engage it. For many years we have done it this way and it works. You just have to have a lot of patience. Okay, so that's it for now. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to click that little bell so that every time I upload a new video for Sunny, you get a new update. Until then, this is Junior with Classic BW Bucks. Junior out.